Most diets fail because you copy someone else's single day of eating. Then you repeat it every day until you're sick of chicken and green beans. Nobody's ever shown you how easy it can be to build your own diet, one that you can swap whenever you like. That's what I'm going to do in this video. Having a diet you can stick to is the key to dropping body fat. That becomes a lot easier when you can change the diet to suit you instead of trying to copy some genetically gifted influencer's day of eating. It will make dropping your next 10 kilos easy in comparison to any meal plan you've ever tried before. I've covered in my other videos how to establish your starting macros, but for the purpose of this video, I'm going to use my deficit calculator to get mine. You can use the same one, it's free and I'll link it in the bio. Or you can use any TDEE calculator on the internet if you prefer. So this is my deficit calculator, so I'm going to put my details in now. Male, 36 years old, 90 kilos, 181 centimeters tall. I'm fairly muscular, I'd like to think. I am typically on my feet most of the day. I train 4 times per week and the intensity is solid. Current steps, I hit 10,000 per day. And I'm going to do it by deficit size, and I'm going to go for about 500 calorie deficit per day rather than doing it by rate of loss. But if you do this, you can do it by rate of loss. So it will set the number for you. How much I want to lose, 10 kilos. And then it's going to give me my numbers. So 200 grams of protein, 385 carbs and 45 fats, which is going to be harder to make, but I'm now going to put that into MyFitnessPal. So in MyFitnessPal, I'm going to change the goals to match this. So we're going to go 200 protein, 385 grams of carbs, which is quite a lot of carbs, and 45 fats. So 2,745 calories. So if we come into today's diary now, don't judge the meals. I'm from the north of England. These are what we call them. So breakfast, I'm going to start then. If I was doing this in real life, I would do it with the barcode scanner and I'd do it in the kitchen so I could actually scan the items. But I've got most of my things in here. So I'm going to go with bacon medallions. 100 gram is 4 bacon medallions. So I'm going to go with that to start with. I'm going to go 2 eggs. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all of my protein in first so that I can then start to change it around. For lunch, I'm going to go chicken breast, mini fillets. For tea, I'm going to go mince, 5%, and I'm going to go 150 grams for now, but I may change that. And then for supper or tea or whatever you want to call it, I'm going to go with skyr, which is effectively Greek yogurt, and it's a 400 gram pot, so I'm going to go with a full pot of that. And then we need a little bit more protein, so I'm going to bring this mince up to 200 grams. And we've still got 43 outstanding, so what I will do is with the skyr meal, I would add in some whey protein. So I'm going to go with the Perform because that's what I'm using at the minute. And I'm just going to put 25 grams in there. So I'm not quite up to the protein target now, but what I'm going to do is go through and put my carbs in because they are going to have some trace proteins in. So this is all going to change anyway. This is just to give me a starting point. So I'm going bacon and egg on toast for breakfast. I'm going to go chicken and noodles for lunch, and then I'm going to go beef and rice for tea, and I'm going jasmine rice, dry weight. I'm going to bump that up to about 100 grams. And then for my last meal, I'm going to put in some granola as a nice carb source, although it does have a bit of fat in there as well, so I may have to be careful of that. And then I'm going to put some fruit in, so I'm going to go banana, roughly 100 grams. I'm going to go with an apple. I'll go with a Granny Smith. And then I'm going to add in some berries. 100 gram of frozen berries. So if we look at the total now, you can see that's actually brought my protein up to where we need it just through the trace amounts, but we've still got 137 gram of carbs and 11 grams of fat to go. So I'm going to increase the bread. That's 45 per slice. So I'm going to increase that to 4 slices. Protein is now over, so I'm going to have to go back and change that. And then the egg noodles, I'm going to increase to 2 nests. I'm also going to add some frozen mixed vegetables in there. I'm going to go with 200 grams. Let's keep that fiber nice and high. And you can see this is coming down fairly quickly. I'm going to increase, in fact, I'm going to make this into a burrito. So we're going to add a tortilla wrap. And you can see now we're massively over on protein. So the first thing I'm going to do just to bring this a little more back in line is I'm going to take out the whey protein, and we're still over at that. So we've got a little bit more carbs. So what I'm going to do is add in some snacks. I'm going to have a banana, and then I'm going to have some rice cakes, and maybe if we've got room, a little bit of jam. We've not got room. So I'm going to go peanut butter on those, in fact. So we'll drop this down to 2 rice cakes. We'll add in 10 grams of peanut butter. And you can see we're getting closer now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop one of those bacon medallions out. I'm going to drop the yogurt to 375 grams. And we're pretty much there. That is as close as I need to be. And I'm quite happy with that as a diet. So I've got bacon and egg on toast for breakfast. I've got chicken noodles with vegetables for lunch. I've got beef burritos for tea. And then I've got yogurt with granola and fruit for my supper. And a banana, 2 rice cakes, and some peanut butter as a snack. And it's as simple as that. And I can change anything out that I want in that. So let's say the next night I fancy something different for tea. What I'm going to do is I'm going to select all of that and copy it across. And let's say I'm eating out. Let's say I'm eating out for tea. So for tea, we're going to go to the foods that I added, and I made a chicken kebab from a restaurant that's near me. Got the macros through ChatGPT just by putting in a picture of it. And it estimated it at 800 calories. So it's got 65 grams of carbs, 30 fats, and 60 protein. So I'm going to struggle with the fats on this because we're already 15 over. You can see I'm over on protein, but I'm actually under on carbs. So I'm going to take out the peanut butter first to reduce the fats down. I'm then going to take out the 2 eggs, which is going to take most of the issues away, if I'm honest. And then I'm going to add some carbs in. Again, I'm going to add a nice carby snack, and I'm going to go for some mango, because I'm quite liking fruit at the minute, and we've still got a little bit more, and that's not a lot. A mango, so we're going to do 200 grams. And just like that, we've got a diet that is now adaptable to a meal out tomorrow by changing it within, 45 seconds? If you set your diet up like this, I guarantee it is easier to stick to than any diet you have ever followed before. That's exactly how I'd build a diet if the goal was losing 10 kilos as fast as possible. Nothing copied, nothing overcomplicated, built around my schedule. The same process works for any goal, not just a diet. You've now seen it done, so there's nothing stopping you from doing it yourself. If you've not already, you can work out your own numbers with a calculator at the link in the description. And be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss more videos like this in future.